when you look at her as a whole, she's just so passionate about the Australian women's team. She wants us to do well.
Especially when we were kids, she was kind of like the big sister, I guess.
The best thing with Midge, she always is really fearless in the way that she approaches her cricket.
A very destructive player. The game changes very quickly when she's out there at the crease.
Looks for this one, hits the boundary. Alyssa Healy in her final ODI for Australia.
Speaking of competitive players, Alyssa and her, I suppose her legacy. I know last year was injury troubled, and you took the gloves at different stages. What her captaincy after taking over from an icon in Australian cricket? How has that been, and what do you expect from her for the summer to come?
Oh, I think Midge, when you look at her as a whole, she's just so passionate about the Australian women's team. She wants us to do well. She wants to make sure we're doing all the right things to head towards the outcome we all want. So the passion that she has can sometimes get the better of her, but I think it all comes from a really good place. And you know, she's similar to Bellsy. You see her in the nets all the time, tinkering with her batting, tinkering with her wicket keeping, and she's. You know, it would have been probably easy for her in the last couple of years to maybe think about stepping away from the game with all the injuries, but she's come back and just wanted to keep improving and to get fit and get better. And that's a sign of someone that wants to be here and wants to contribute and have success with this team. So yeah, she's been amazing.
Just talking to Alyssa before, and I remember going back and doing some reading last night, and forgive me if I've got this wrong, but I think she said she called you Dags.
Oh yeah.
When you were about 9 years old?
Yeah.
That sort of, I mean, is that true? Were you?
Yeah, I was a lot shorter.
Or is that her now?
I was a lot shorter than Midge back then. I don't think anything fit me properly from a team uniform perspective, so she did call me Dags.
Did you ever give her anything back in terms of that? Did you have to stand up for her? I mean, it's interesting, like you're still here, 25 years on.
Yeah. Yeah, Midge and I's story and connection through cricket's been pretty phenomenal. I can't think of too many other cases where you've literally played in the same team as someone since you were 9 years old to where we are now, and yeah, it's a really cool thread that's been through both of our careers. I don't think I've ever called her anything. She scares me most of the time, especially when we were kids. She was kind of like the big sister, I guess. So yeah, no, it's been really cool to have that.
And I was asked her about what she's learned about herself in terms of taking the captaincy role and how there's different things that she's challenged. And she said, having the role, she looked at what Meg had done and thought, gosh, I could have actually stepped up and helped in different ways through there. What have you seen from Alyssa as sort of captain over the last, I guess it's 18 months, 12 months?
Yeah, I think one thing that Midge has really done is take on responsibility, not just for our team, but the whole game. I think she's really works quite tirelessly actually in that space in terms of making sure that our team and our sport is being promoted. I think she speaks quite passionately about that on lots of different platforms. And I think as a playing group we really feel that, we know how much she wants our team to be successful and and keep paving the way forward, I guess. So she's shouldered a lot of responsibility in that space, and I think it's something in a lot of ways that one, she's very good at, and two, gives her a lot of energy as well. In representing us. So yeah, it's been cool to see that for Midge.
How do you find her presence in the team as someone who has been around now for 3 World Cups? You look at her and Elysse, who have known each other since they were 9, and they're, I guess, 25 years on, sort of as a partnership and friendship. Those two at the sort of the more experienced members of the team. How have you seen their development as people?
Yeah, obviously.
Or cricketers, more to the point as well.
Yeah, people and cricketers, obviously, they've been in and around this team for a very long time, and they've certainly grown off the field, which has ultimately helped them succeed on the field. But I guess the best thing with Midge, she always is really fearless in the way that she approaches her cricket, and she certainly does that with her captaincy as well. I think the times that I've been a captain of a team, you have to sometimes just go with your gut, and I think that takes a bit of a fearless approach, and I think that's the best thing about Midge is this is what the best thing can happen right now, and this is my decision and I'm going to back it, and then I want you guys to support me along the way with this decision. But I think I guess the most impact that she's probably had over the last 12 months is I think, are the most connected that we've ever been, and that's been driven by her. And I guess that's a big thing. And like I touched on before, we obviously spend so much time away from home, so it's like, okay, how can we have the best group off the field and stay really connected? And that comes down to, I guess, the effort and time that she's put in. It was one of her things that when she got the captaincy, that was an area that she really wanted to focus on. So it's kudos to her that she's really driven that and been a part of that process. And yeah, I think to look at where this team's at the moment, we're all, I guess, raring to go for what's next, and yeah, to have her as a leader and then some other fantastic experienced players behind her as well. I think this team's in a really good spot.
Alyssa Healy, you've been alongside her for a long, long time. Would you rather her in your team, or what's she like to play against?
No, in my team for sure.
Yep.
Because yeah, she's a very destructive player. The game changes very quickly when she's out there at the crease. So yeah, for sure, I'd much prefer her on my team. And she's shown over a long period of time, and particularly in big games at World Cups, that she's able to come to the party and dominate. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was able to do that again.